Welcome to the Martini Mortgage Podcast, episode 126, called Are Young People Buying Homes? My name is Kevin Martini, and I am a certified mortgage advisor, NMLS 143962, and producing branch manager of the Martini Group at Cardinal Financial Company, NMLS number 66247. Are young people buying homes is a question that I'm asked very frequently today. I'm also asked a ton if prospective home buyers still believe that purchasing a home makes sense. Some have the perception that the rapidly rising home prices are impacting demand and in turn is leading to a slowdown in real estate sales activity. If this is your perception, you need to know that your perception is not reality. There is no question that inventory is tight, but there's not a shortage of interest to buy homes regardless of your generation. In the real estate arena, there are many conversations related to millennials. Millennials are the largest generation group in the U.S. with an estimated over 70 million born between 1981 and 1996. This puts the older millennials at the age of 40 and the younger millennials at the age of 25. It is clear, based on the data, that millennials have delayed critical life choices as compared to other generations. The key word is delayed, not abandoned. It is my opinion that one of the main reasons that demand is so very strong right now is not because of historic low mortgage rates present in the market today. Demand is very strong today because young people, specifically the millennials, which is the largest generation group, are forming households. In other words, they're getting married and having kids. Marriage and children are prime time home buying events. Are young people buying homes? Yes, they are. And they are driving the homeownership growth, not just in Raleigh, North Carolina, where the Martini Group is located. Young people are driving homeownership growth across the U.S. In 2020, the average age of a first-time home buyer was 33. In 2009, the average age of a first-time home buyer was 30. And in 1991, the average age of a first-time home buyer was 28. What does this data mean? To me, it is clear. It does not mean that younger people are not interested in becoming homeowners. It means they're entering the homeownership arena a little bit later than other generations have. The real question is, when will the Generation Z folks, people that were born after 1996, so the real question is, when will the Generation Z folks buy their homes? Will they mirror past generations, or will they take a page from the millennial generation? Yes, young people are buying homes. Regardless of the age, it makes sense too. Let me share 3 Kevin Martini bonus talking points. Kevin Martini, talking point 103 is, it isn't a challenge, it is an opportunity. Right now, affordability is not the challenge. Granted, today, homes are a little less affordable than they were last year. However, when you consider inflation into the equations, homes today are more affordable than they were in 1970s, in the 1980s, in the 1990s, and for much of the 2000s, with 2020 being the exception. Why was 2020 the exception? Simply put, historic low mortgage rates. In 2020, there were 16 new mortgage rate lows recorded, making mortgage payments very affordable. Guess what? Home loan rates are still epic. Kevin Martini, talking point 2 of 3 is a better long-term decision. I read an article published by Zillow that was titled, and I quote, "The typical U.S. renter is expected to be paying more by the end of 2020. The article highlighted the percentage of income required for a renter was greater than that of a homeowner. Then pepper in the fact that with a fixed rate mortgage, principal and interest of your monthly mortgage payment remains the same over the life of the loan, but rent can and will most likely increase year over year." Kevin Martini, talking point 3 of 3 is, whose wealth do you want to build? I have found that real estate creates not just wealth, but generational wealth for a family. I have firsthand confirmation of the benefits of the accumulation of equity in the form of home appreciation. The house you live in will likely appreciate regardless if you own that home or if you rent it. When you own that home, you are creating wealth for yourself and your family. When you rent it, you are creating massive wealth for your landlord. In closing, right now is the time. At one point, you have to take your shot and just shoot. You cannot just simply keep aiming. Is homeownership right for you and your family? I do not know, but I do know you need to get the facts and see what your options are, and I can help with that. My name is Kevin Martini, and I'm a certified mortgage advisor and producing branch manager of the Martini Group at Cardinal Financial, which is located in Raleigh, North Carolina. However, we help families all over the U.S. We provide the families we serve with trusted advice with a frictionless digital mortgage process that provides certainty. You may have questions about what you heard on this episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast, and that is awesome. I am here to help you and invite you to call me directly at 919-238-4934. I believe there's never a substitute for getting educated on the process of buying a home and getting a mortgage. And that process, it's never too early to start. Let me wrap this episode up by saying thank you for listening, and please share this episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast with someone you care about. And thank you in advance for leaving a 5-star review. Now, it is time for the disclosure. This material has been prepared for marketing purposes only. This is not a loan commitment or guarantee of any kind. Loan approval and rates are dependent upon borrower's credit, collateral, financial history, and program availability at time of origination. Rates and terms are subject to change without notice. Corporate address 3701 Arco Corporate Drive, Suite 200, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28273. Cardinal Financial Company Limited Partnership, NMLS 66247. For a full list and more licensing information, please visit cardinalfinancial.com/licensee. Equal housing opportunity. For more information about me, with Kevin Martini with the Martini Group at Cardinal Financial, visit www.martinimortgage.com or call 919-238-4934.